Just so you know, this is my first time doing something like this. Thank you very much for inviting me here tonight. What an honor. I do not take this opportunity lightly. My goal tonight is to hopefully give you some motivation to live your healthiest life possible. Every single person in this room has a story. Every single person we meet has an inspirational and motivational story. Look around the room. Every single person. Tonight, I'm going to share a bit of mine. My name is Becky Overbeck. I am 37 years old. I'm a homeschooling mother of 3. I've been happily married for almost 20 years. He's in Shanghai right now. He couldn't be here. I am the owner and operator of Baby Cave Studios. I'm a fitness trainer and a sponsored athlete. I was born, I don't know if any of you know of New Liskeard, Ontario, way up north. I'm the youngest of 7 children. My father worked full-time and my mother was a hard-working stay-at-home mom. She also ran a bakery from her home. We were surrounded with bread, cake, cookies, date squares, you name it. In fact, I helped to bake most of it. And as we know, fruit and vegetables gets very expensive, especially for a family of 9. So we mostly stuck to breads, pasta, rice, and anything that was more affordable. I remember the day like it was yesterday. I was 12 years old. It was a Sunday evening. It was a beautiful summer night. And there were the 9 of us all sitting together, inhaling a Kentucky Fried Chicken dinner. I stopped and I looked around and I realized I didn't want to spend the rest of my life eating unhealthy food, feeling overweight, and uncomfortable with myself. This was at 12. That was the last day I ever ate KFC, or really any fast food again. That night I asked my parents if they wouldn't mind if I started preparing meals and snacks for our family. What a sweetheart my dad was. That night he took me out and we bought recipe books together, healthy ones. They even allowed me to start purchasing healthier groceries for my recipes, albeit they were always from the reduced cart, but we didn't care. We started walking in evenings together. I lost weight, my family lost weight. I spent years, seriously, every night. I didn't watch TV, I spent years writing out healthy recipes and then trying to make them. I even wrote a book at 15 years old called What Have You Got to Lose? I had such passion for all things health and fitness. At 17, I got engaged to be married. I was young, I know. We moved to the city, Etobicoke, and life quickly became work, commuting, and again, a very tight budget. We were 18, living in Etobicoke. Jason made $13 an hour and I made $6 an hour. Instead of going on a honeymoon, we used any money that we got as gifts towards purchasing an apartment. Not too long after, we had those 3 girls you see right there. Life was very busy. Health, everything I had focused on took a backseat to convenience, and I'm sure you guys can relate. Sleep, cleaning, laundry, diapers took the place of exercise. Chicken fingers and McCain French fries became our meals. I was gaining weight, my husband was gaining weight. A little boy, I remember the day, and so could she. We were at the pool and a young man said to my daughter, "That bathing suit makes you look fat." That destroyed her. We were not healthy. But what does health really mean? The dictionary defines health as the state of being free from illness or injury, well-being, fitness, good condition, strength, vigor. Health not only refers, as you know, to our physical condition, but also our mental condition. But how do we achieve this well-being or good condition? Our doctors tell us regularly, you have to exercise. We see it promoted in magazines, in TV commercials. One study by the Canadian Health Measures found that only 15% of Canadians meet the minimum recommended standard of exercise each day. Statistics Canada reports that just 7% of young people between 5 and 17 meet the daily recommended amount of physical activity. Data shows that 69% of Canadian adults and 62% of children are spent in inactive pursuits. That means seated, desk-bound. 69% of us. Guys, that's 8 to 9 hours of our day spent sitting. Waking hours. We know we should be exercising, but why don't we do it? Well, a study by the exercise psychology says that the number one reason for not exercising that we use is lack of time. We all say it. I don't have time to exercise. But we all get 24 hours in a day. Every single one of us. We sleep approximately 7.5 hours, give or take. We eat for 1 to 2 hours. We work approximately 8.5 hours. Household chores, 1.1 hour. Caring for children and family, 1 hour. Leisure and sports, 2 hours. Not usually sports, usually leisure. This still leaves us with 2 more hours. What are we doing with these 2 hours? Most of us, if we told the truth, we're watching TV, video games, and social media. The next reason people use is that they don't have a gym or class close enough to their home or office. If you personally have ever used either of these reasons to not exercise, I want to tell you how I personally overcame these 2 issues. As I mentioned earlier, my husband and I were married young and we had our daughters in our 20s. We chose to homeschool, but this left us with very little free time, and we did not have any family nearby to watch our daughters. I knew I wanted to get healthier and stronger, but without a babysitter, or a second vehicle, or the money, I had to come up with a different solution. So I bought a set of dumbbells and a yoga mat, and I put them in my bathroom. I made a pact with myself to set aside at least 20 to 30 minutes every single day to exercise. So after my girls and Jay went to sleep at night, I would go in our bathroom and I would use those dumbbells. I would work my shoulders, my biceps, my chest. I would do tricep dips off my bathtub. I would squat and do push-ups. I would not let myself get into bed at night without finishing or completing my bathroom workout. People used to make fun of me, my bathroom workout. Most nights I was up until 2 or 3 in the morning. My husband began noticing what I was doing, and he surprised me with a 1-month gym membership. He made a conscious effort to get home on time so that he could watch the girls in order for me to go to the gym. Boy, was I nervous and excited to go, but I went once, twice, 3 times, and I was noticing my energy levels were increasing. My mood was improving, and my sleep was better. My month was amazing. I didn't want to stop. But this brings me to our 3rd reason people use as to why they cannot exercise. I just can't afford it. I can't afford a gym membership. So, going back years ago, young parents, 1 income, and I know many of you can sympathize, we did not have the extra money in the budget for a gym payment. But I also knew how great I was feeling, and I had to figure out a way to afford to continue going. I used to lay in bed after my workouts at night and flip through fitness magazines, just imagining how amazing it would be to create a physique like those gorgeous fitness models. I thought about it day and night. One day, while on an afternoon walk with our girls, pushing our stroller, I noticed blue bin after blue bin filled with empties. Beer cans, liquor bottles, wine bottles. My mind started racing. I turned that damn stroller around and I went home and got a garbage bag. And I started filling that bag with all the empties. I drag it home with my 3 kids in my stroller. When my husband came home that night, he looked at me a little crazy. But he said, okay, go. So I went and I returned those empties, and guess what? I made $40. 1 quick walk around my neighborhood. The next week, I repeated it again, that same behavior, and the next and the next. I was able to afford my gym membership. Yeah, I got stares and some unkind comments, but then there were these amazing people who went out of their way to save their bottles and empties for me. They would carry them out in boxes because they saw my drive, and they saw the girls, and they saw that I was working. I was trying to put effort in. Those people and their generosity enabled me to continue following my dream. A few months in, the owner of this gym, named Samantha, noticed my extreme passion for fitness and suggested I become a certified trainer. I couldn't believe it. Me? It sounded like a great idea, but I had no confidence. I felt that being a mom was my job. I actually had never entertained the idea that I could be a homeschooling, stay-at-home mom and a fitness trainer. In my mind, it was as if once you're a mom, that's it. You're just a mom. And I love being a mom. So with the support of my husband and our daughters, I went for my first fitness certification. I passed, and I began working at the gym as a fitness trainer. This brings us to the next reason people use as to why they don't exercise. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just not as fit as everyone else. I'm not coordinated. People are going to make fun of me. So here I began leading these fitness classes, and I'm feeling a lack of confidence and looking at these other, more fit trainers, thinking I'm not as good as they are. But I spent every spare minute I could researching, reading, and increasing my knowledge on muscles, fat loss, strength training, etc. As my knowledge grew, so did my confidence. If you are someone who feels this way, I suggest you hire a highly recommended fitness or personal trainer to help explain the exercises and proper technique. My body was getting stronger, but even more important to me was that my mind was getting stronger. Physical exercise teaches us discipline, determination, and a strong will. Pushing through the pain, past the sweat, and then repeating that every single day. Again, finding a great trainer can make all the difference in motivating you to get through your class or exercise. Not only is a great trainer important, but finding an exercise that you love. Running, swimming, hiking, cycling, bouncing, skiing, weightlifting, whatever it is. When you truly enjoy the exercise, you will look forward to your class or workout rather than dreading it. So we know the benefits of exercise. Physically, you feel more energy, fat loss, stronger heart, stronger bones, disease prevention, reduced risk of heart disease. You don't sleep so good. Then there's mental benefits, like your mood enhances, reduced levels of stress and anxiety, memory, focus, clarity. Regular, consistent exercise made me a better wife, mother, and friend. The more I exercised, the more positive I became. I had a greater self-confidence. Many of us struggle with self-confidence, myself included. Let me tell you a little story that helped me build my self-confidence. Go back to January 2017. I received an email suggesting that I apply for an upcoming competition. The winner would receive the title of Miss Health and Fitness 2017, as well as a feature in a fitness magazine called Muscle and Fitness Hers. I read over the email, and right away I said, I have no chance at winning this. I'm from Alliston, Ontario. How am I going to win it? So I deleted the email. The very next day, I received yet another email for the exact same competition. I read it over again, and I thought, okay, it doesn't hurt. The competition began exactly 1 month later. Well, this was a competition that was with over 1,000 women worldwide. I made it through each and every round, right to the top 3. I won $1,000 and a feature in a fitness magazine. Me.